Now, when the Worker Nightingale first came out, I was a big fan of it. Not only did it give us a superior Talon magazine that was more thin and compact, the Nightingale was just a very nice, tight, compact form factor pistol that complemented a lot of different play styles, offered a good sidearm, or even a primary blaster. In addition, the 3D printed Nerf community basically got to work and made a ton of really cool upgrades for this thing. Now in this video, I'm going to explain why this is so important, and also we're going to go over the new Nightingale 2.0. What I'm going to do in this video today is answer the question, should you go buy a Nightingale 2.0 if you already have a Nightingale 1.0? With that said, let's jump in today's video. Now, when it comes to the original Nightingale, as you can see, mine has a lot of different 3D printed parts on it, including this sweet little fidlock on the side. This blaster right here is one of two in which I took to Maryland Mayhem. This one is the semi-auto Nightingale, and then the other one was the full auto. And I can tell you, for an HVZ around 100 FPS, these blasters were a dream to use. I did have to run my full auto on 2S because it was a little bit too spicy for Maryland, so keep that in mind. Now, the first thing that had to be addressed was the very small battery compartment of the Nightingale 1.0. To me, it just needed to be a little bit bigger, and so that's what this mod aimed to address right here. Links in the description. In addition, we needed some type of fidlock or magnet holster. The original Nightingale did have a strange little thing that would slide onto the blaster, and for the most part it worked fine, but nothing is as satisfying as that feeling of a magnet connecting and staying with you. Now, if you're like me, you probably missed out on a huge opportunity, and that was this kit right here. I will put a link in the description, but they are very hard to get nowadays, and I think they're actually almost unobtainium. This is known as the Osprey, and on the front of the blaster we have some Xbox Games cosmetic parts that look absolutely stunning. So what is the Osprey kit? Well, this thing is select fire, has an ammo counter built into it, and overall just feels a lot more snappy than the standard Nightingale. So when there was word of a new Nightingale coming out, I immediately thought, oh boy, let's see something like this in the new Nightingale 2.0. Unfortunately, I'm here to report that's not the case. Although the blaster is very nice, it isn't select fire, and I do believe there's two options available, a semi-auto and a full auto. This right here is the semi-auto variant. Now, two things I really love about this blaster is, number one, it has better performance, and I'll demonstrate later in this video when we get some chronograph readings. Secondly, they address the small battery compartment up here, much better. And third is a little added feature that I didn't really have a problem with the original magazines, but mag bumper on the end, it's actually pretty nice. I would love to buy just these by themselves and put them on all my magazines. At the moment, I'm using a 3D printed mag bumper. This is hard plastic, so it does have a tendency to shatter. I think these are probably intended to be printed in a rubbery TPU type of filament, but that is just so much better. And just in case anyone is wondering, yes, these still fit in the original Nightingale once you put the cover on. And something I absolutely love is perfectly fine. I don't really want to do that with my other magazine. Let's take these blasters over to the range and get some chronograph readings so you can get a comparison as to what we're looking at here. Today's testing will be done with Worker Gen 3's courtesy of Added Darts for being our channel's official dart sponsor. If you'd like to pick up some darts today and support the DrFlux channel, use our affiliate link in the description. Now, for our baseline, we're going to use the original semi-auto Nightingale, so let's see what kind of numbers we get. 102. 104, 102, and 101. Now this is on 3S LiPo, so we're looking around above 100 FPS. Not bad. Now let's check the Osprey kit. 114, 105, 100, and one more. 102. So very similar numbers. Now for the latest and greatest, the Nightingale 2.0. 131, 130, 127, 133, and 135. So definitely a big difference. As you can see, the new Nightingale 2.0 is very impressive. Let's see how accurate these are. We will start our accuracy test with the original Nightingale. Now keep in mind, me personally, I've had better results with the full auto Nightingale, but as you can see, the standard Nightingale does a pretty good job. When considering the size and the capacity of this pistol, it's actually very impressive. Next up is the Osprey kit. As we can see here, it has a much more snappy, zippy type of feel to it. I also absolutely love ammo counters. They're just such a cool thing. I don't think of them as a required option, but when we have an ammo counter on our blaster, makes the overall blasting experience just a lot more refined. Keep in mind the Osprey does have full auto, but for testing today, we're just doing semi-auto. Now, like I said earlier, I was unable to get the Osprey when it was available. Fortunately, my friend Joe at Xbox Games allowed me to do a trade to get one. I am just extremely happy to have this blaster. The Osprey kit is probably by far the best Nightingale upgrade or kit or whatnot that you can get for this blaster. And finally, let's test out the accuracy of the Nightingale 2.0. Right off the bat, you can see this blaster is a tack hammer, pinpoint accuracy. This is partially due to its higher FPS. As you can see from today's testing, the Nightingale 2.0 is definitely an upgrade. So the question is it worth buying one if you already have a Nightingale? Now it depends. If you're the type of person that likes to do modding and has access to a 3D printer or doesn't mind purchasing 3D printed body kits and whatnot and quality of life upgrades for your blaster, then it really is kind of situational. My personal preference would be to go with a Nightingale 2.0, but I could understand if funds were a little bit limited and I already had a Nightingale 1.0 and it met all the requirements that I need for whatever event I'm running it in, I don't see a problem with just keeping the original Nightingale. But if you're looking to get that little extra oomph in your blaster and you love the Nightingale platform, I think this is a good pickup. Now, before we wrap up, I need to cover what comes in the kit. You have the blaster, you have the magazine, and then you have some darts. This kit does not come with any of the extra things that we saw in the original Nightingale box, so keep that in mind. With all that said, I want to say thank you for watching today's video. I'm DrFlux, and I do want to give a special thanks to Added Darts for sending in this blaster for review. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep the lights on here, use our provided affiliate link in the description. As always, thank you for watching, be safe, and happy foam flinging.